Yo, what's up guys? I just wanted to talk about this upcoming fight in Boruto because I think it's going to be the most significant fight of the time skip so far. We've had Boruto vs. Code and Boruto vs. the Divine Tree Clawgram, which were both really good, don't get me wrong, but Boruto vs. Mitsuki feels like it's about to be a banger. I mean, just the fact that it's already spanning more than one chapter means it's going to be the longest time skip fight so far. As long as Boruto doesn't one-shot him within like a couple panels, that is. Kishimoto better not fumble the bag on this one. The Code fight was self-contained in Chapter 3, if you don't count Boruto fighting the Clawgram, and the Shinju fight all took place in Chapter 4, so yeah, this one's kinda long. Before we begin, I just have to say, I've really been enjoying reading Boruto. Like, everything in Two Blue Vortex so far has been fire. I don't know why such a huge portion of the Naruto fanbase is sleeping on it. I'm personally glad I jumped into Boruto without any biases because it's been so fun to follow every month. I can't wait for the anime announcement, and my fingers are crossed it comes back as seasonal. Drop a like down below if you've been enjoying the time skip as well. Okay, I kinda got off topic. Let's talk about the main subject of today's video. Boruto vs. Mitsuki. Thanks to omnipotence, Boruto swapped roles with Kawaki in everyone's mind, and that includes Mitsuki. To Mitsuki, Boruto is an evil outsider who killed the Hokage, attacked his best friend, and betrayed the entire village after all they did for him. In other words, he's not gonna hold back in this fight. Mitsuki is out for blood. But we know that's not the same case for Boruto. He's gonna have to hold back against Mitsuki, essentially suffering a huge mental nerf in this fight. The last thing he wants to do is kill his day one homie. I feel like this is kind of a similar scenario to the final Naruto vs. Sasuke fight. Sasuke was out for blood while Naruto was just trying to beat him into submission. On paper it might have seemed like a fair fight, but it technically wasn't. In Boruto's case, it's even more obvious. The two opponents clearly will not be fighting on the same playing field. Boruto did say he was going to have to get a little rough with Mitsuki, but I think he's just talking up a big game. His goal is to either use a distraction and escape, or just knock him unconscious. So, the fight started out with Mitsuki trapping Boruto with the giant snake. Boruto escaped it by flicking out his sword and using flying Raijin, which, let me just say, that was saucy as hell. Very Minato-like. The two faced off on the rooftop, and Mitsuki admitted that he can't control his strength. I don't know if that means he has the same time limit on his Sage Mode like he had before in the car actuation arc, or not. Remember back then he used Sage Mode to rescue Team 7 from Deepa, and just using it that little bit destroyed multiple organs and required immediate transplants from Orochimaru. I'm sure he has more experience now, but the question really is, how much stronger has Mitsuki gotten? He says he can't control his strength, but how long can he go with it active? And what repercussions will using Sage Mode have on his body? I think it'd be really cool if he can maintain it a lot longer now because honestly, we have yet to see Mitsuki go all out at his peak. That's honestly what's making this fight so exciting to me, besides the obvious sentimental aspect of two best friends boxing it out. Anyways, Mitsuki immediately proceeded to jump Boruto without hesitation. His chakra formed into these snakeheads which he used to attack Boruto with. I don't think we've ever seen him do that before in Sage Mode, but, you know, if I'm wrong, let me know. I could very well be wrong. It kinda reminds me of Naruto's KCM, where his chakra takes the shape of the Ninetales and can attack from a distance like Mitsuki's doing. It gives an example of how versatile Mitsuki's Sage Mode could potentially be in battle. So Boruto whipped out Purple Lightning, which is basically Chidori but for non-Sharingan users. Don't know who taught him that because Kakashi's the only person who knows it, but he's obviously under omnipotence like everyone else. Kinda interesting. Boruto infused the Purple Lightning into his sword and went to town on Mitsuki's snakes. This dude loves to flex his sword, and I'm all here for it. Mitsuki followed it up with a striking Shadow Snake Assault, but to our surprise, Boruto was able to dodge it. By, you guessed it, flight. This dude out here looking like Superman. Also, a lot of people have been drooling over the panel where Boruto is just like standing on air. I agree, I think it's really cool. It's very reminiscent of Sasuke's entrance during the Kage Summit. He's just trying to back up his Uchiha swagger, and I support it. And I mean, this flight ability reveal shouldn't be much of a surprise to anyone. Otsutsuki are all capable of flying. Amado literally said it's a common feat amongst the clan, and that Boruto had gained the ability naturally. It was only a matter of time. So, that was it for part 1 of the fight. It was pretty cool, especially Boruto's flying Raijin move with his katana. That was so saucy, dude. But I'm hoping the anime expands on it more. Maybe a little extra hand-to-hand between them or some extended fighting sequences on the rooftop. And if it ended there, I would honestly be a bit disappointed. But our boy Mitsuki was determined to make sure that didn't happen. Right outside the village, Boruto landed down and realized, oh shit, Mitsuki's not done yet. Presumably tracking him down with a snake he secretly planted on his waist, Mitsuki had tailed his flight out of the village and was ready for more smoke. We get this cold-ass panel of Boruto staring at Mitsuki as he charges at him full speed. And yeah, that's where the chapter left off. This fight is about to be sick, and I honestly can't wait for it. I should be uploading this video right before Chapter 7 drops, so the wait for you guys is almost up, but damn, me, right now recording this, I got a few weeks. Okay, so let's go over how this fight might play out. I think we all know who's the stronger of the two. Boruto was able to beat Unlimited Code in his base form and is shown a whole new arsenal of crazy abilities. He can fly, use purple lightning, teleport to his pins and sword with flying Raijin, and literally inflict the planet's rotation on people using Uzuhiko Rasengan. Also, we can't forget he's extremely proficient with Kenjutsu now, as we saw against the Snakes and Code's Claw Grime. And that's not even counting everything else we know he's capable of with this karma. Chakra absorption, dimensional travel, the Byakugan, and the true essence state. Whether or not he'll have to resort to using the karma is a whole different topic though. It seems like he's avoiding it at all costs to keep Momoshiki at bay, which I personally like for a lot of reasons. Firstly, it means that people can actually use ninjutsu against him, which will make fights a lot more interesting. You know, if he was using karma, he'd just be able to suck up Mitsuki's snake attacks with ease. Assuming they're chakra based, of course. And really, any of the ninjutsu people shoot at him, he used to be able to just cop out and avoid fighting back by absorbing it. So removing karma and chakra absorption for the story, at least for the time being, makes fights with Boruto significantly more interesting. It's a major plus for the story in my opinion. Plus, look how cool Boruto looks dicing people up in base. Alright, so we went over what Boruto has, but what can Mitsuki do to put up a good fight? Well, he's got Snake Sage Mode, obviously, which we know is extremely powerful, and was genetically engineered into him by Orochimaru. Basically, his whole body was built to be an absolute powerhouse. He's got his Luffy-ass arms that can stretch out and attack from a distance. He also has snakes that he can use in clever ways as we've seen, and he can use a variety of wind and lightning released ninjutsu. So mainly Mitsuki excels as a long-range fighter, which is pretty advantageous for a fight against Boruto. Boruto tends to be up close when dealing damage, using taijutsu, swords, purple lightning, and Rasengans. Yes, he has some long-range attacks, I'm not discrediting that, but most of his fighting style is melee. Dealing with Boruto's flying Raijin will be the most troublesome, but Mitsuki should already be aware of the ability after seeing him use it just a few moments earlier. Honestly, I still think if we go by the book, then Boruto should win this fight, but that's not always the way the story plays out, and there's a variety of ways Boruto could technically lose this fight. He could hold back too much out of fear of hurting Mitsuki, be fatigued after his previous fights against Code and the Claw Grime, or just underestimate Mitsuki's full strength. None of us have seen what Mitsuki's fully capable of, especially in such a bloodlusted state. I'm just saying, he could be Otsutsuki level and we never knew. Never know. We're about to find out. This fight is about to be a banger. I'm just hoping it doesn't get interrupted next chapter. Dude, I would be so pissed. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. As always, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you Team Boruto, or are you Team Mitsuki? Smash the like button down below, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time. Peace out, boys. Hey, what's up guys? This is just a little shameless yap session to help get the video to the 8-minute mark. I just wanted to say, if you aren't already reading it, check out Sakamoto Days. It's a really good manga that I just picked up recently and I've been absolutely loving. I think it's going to be the next big thing soon and I might start making content on it, low-key. That's how much I've really been enjoying it, so... yeah, totally off topic, not at all about Boruto, but read Sakamoto Days. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you. Bye. Alright, that should be good.
What's up, Leaf Cane?